السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. بسم الله الحمد لله الصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. I welcome you all to the class of Al-Arabiyya to Bayna, Yadayk, and inshallah ta'ala today we have audios فهم المسموع inshallah ta'ala, and this is درس العاشر. هذا ثانية القسم الأول فن إدارة الوقت. This is the one. So let's share the audio.
الوحدة الثانية، الدرس العاشر.
فهم المسموع. القسم الأول.
استمع إلى النص ثم أجب على الأسئلة التالية. فن
Listen to the text. استمع للنص ثم أجب عن الأسئلة التالية. Then answer the following questions.
إدارة الوقت.
So fun is the skill إدارة managing الوقت time. The skill of managing time.
هذا الموضوع يهم طائفة من الناس.
هذا الموضوع يهم. In the audience, in the audio it is يهم, to be important. نعم. Hamma yahummu is to make someone uneasy, filled with anxiety, distress, grief, preoccupied. Hamma yahummu, hammun or mahammatun, to be worried about something. Mahamma, the act of worry. Then ahamma yuhimmu is also similar to preoccupy, affect, regarding. That means you should be concerned about it. Concerned, you could say ahamma yuhimmu. In the audio, he says yahummu is the same thing. Hamma yahummu or ahamma yuhimmu. So it doesn't matter, I think.
وهم الذين يشعرون أن الوقت المتاح لا يكفي لقضاء كل الأعمال والطموحات التي يريدونها.
So هذا الموضوع يهم is, this topic is concerned or concerns a طائفة من الناس, a group of people وهم الذين, and they are the ones يشعرون, they are the ones يشعرون, they are thinking أن الوقت المتاح, that the available time متاح, that the available time لا يكفي لقضاء كل الأعمال, is not enough for doing. Qada means judging, but or dealing with, you could say, or doing, finishing every actions, amal, every job, and والطموحات التي يريدونها, and their desires. طمح is desires. طمح يطمح is to be directed, turn, to aspire, to wish, crave, long. So طموح or طموح, طمح is to have longings, desires, طموحات, or hobbies. Here, and all the desires which they want. التي يريدونها, which they want. طموح. طموح is also used, high aiming. هو طموح, his desire is avid. طماح is also used, high aspiration, ambitious. طماح. So these people think that, oh, this time is not enough to do their actions.
وبالتالي فهم بحاجة ماسة إلى قواعد في فن إدارة الوقت.
وبالتالي, and in the following, فهم, subsequently you could say, بالتالي, subsequently, because of these reasons, بالتالي, فهم, they are in need, ماسة. Masa, hajatin masa is very commonly used. Al-hajatul masa, important, muhimma. Hajatin masa is masun or masetun is used. It's urgently needed. So they are in an urgent need, ila qawaid, in rules, in fanni idaratil waqt, in the skill of time management. Idara is to manage, idaratil waqt. Fannun, they're translated as the art also. So, fi fanni idaratil waqt, in the art of time management. Okay, let's listen.
وفي الحقيقة فإن أصحاب الهمم العالية يشكون من ضيق الوقت، وهذه الشكوى وإن كانت صحيحة من جانب لقصر أعمار بني البشر، إلا أنها ليست صحيحة من جانب آخر.
وفي الحقيقة in reality فإن indeed أصحاب الهمم indeed the people of himam, high aspirations. Himam, himmatun, himam, aspiration. Alia is high aspirations. Yashkuna, shaka yashku are complaining. What are they complaining? Min diq al-waqt, from narrowness of time, from lack of time. Diq is lack of time, shortage of time. وهذه الشكوى, and this complaint, وإن كانت صحيحة من جانب لقصر أعمار بني البشر, even if it is true, وإن كانت, you'll say, even if it is correct, من جانب, from the angle of, or from the angle of لقصر أعمار بني البشر, from the shortness of the ages of the people. Like people will die anyways, no? They have less time, بني البشر, إلا, except that أنها ليست صحيحة, except that it is not correct. من جانب آخر, from another angle, from another viewpoint, this is not correct. Why? He'll explain now.
ووجه ذلك أن المشكلة ليست في الوقت فحسب، ولكن المشكلة تكمن أيضا في طريقة إدارة الوقت بفعالية ونجاح.
And the wajhu dhalik, and the reason for that, wajhu can be reason, or wajhu dhalik, and the reason for that is that أن المشكلة ليس في الوقت فحسب. That the reason, that the problem is not in time, just time. So hasb is very commonly used to say just, only. They bring it at the end. Lastu bi mudarrisin fahasb. That is, I'm not just a teacher. Like that. Lastu bi mudarrisin fahasb. Lastu bi solely, you could say solely. Faqat, like faqat. Faqat. So you say أن المشكلة ليست في الوقت فقط. Or لا غير. Like that. لا غير means apart from that, لا غير. Only that. ولكن المشكلة, but the problem is تكمن. It conceals. Kaman. I don't know the word. Kamana or kamuna, I think. Let me see. The mushkila, the problem, kamana yakmunu or kamina yakmanu, to hide. Kumun is to hide something. That the problem hides أيضا في الطريق, in the way of إدارة, management of time, بفعالية ونجاح. فعالية is, najah is successful. Fa'aliya is effective. Effective in an effective way. So he says that, well, from one angle, and the reason for that the lack of time, the reason, I mean, the excuse, the complaint is not valid, because the problem is not just in time. Even if you get the time, you'll waste it, right? But the problem conceals another problem, which is the way of time management with effectiveness and success. Even if you give them 20 hours, these people will waste time. So you should, whatever time you have, you should be able to manage it.
ولذا تجد من الناس من يستطيع بحسن إدارته لوقته أن يعمل الشيء الكثير.
ولذا means لذلك, and for that reason تجد, you will find من الناس, from the people, or some of the people, you could say, you can find some of the people, من يستطيع بحسن إدارته لوقته, who are able to do good time management for his time, حسن إدارته, who's able to manage, who has a good management for his time, أن يعمل الشيء الكثير, that he can do a lot. So it's not that he cannot manage time. I mean, he's able to do a lot of work, but it's just that he's able to do his time management well. That's why he's able to do a lot. That's what I want to say, I guess. So anyone who can manage his time well, he can do a lot.
ولسنا بصدد الحديث عن أهمية الوقت، لأن هذا موضوع آخر وفيه من النصوص الشرعية وكلام السلف والعلماء والحكماء ما يضيق عنه المقام.
ولسنا بصدد. We are not in a صدد. صدد are not in a goal. Sadad topic also. Sadad means a topic. We are not in a topic, or we're not in a subject matter. Bisadadin. Mudda also you could say. We're not in a topic where we are talking about Sadad al-Hadithi and the subject matter. And we are not in the subject matter of the speech and ahmiyatil waqt. On the ahmiyya of the time. I mean, everybody knows the importance of time. لأن هذا موضوع آخر, because this is another topic. This is another topic. وفيه من النصوص الشرعية, and in it you have شرعي nusus texts, like you have Quran, Sunnah talking about the importance of time. وكلام السلف, and the speech of Salaf, والعلماء, and scholars, والحكماء, and the wise people. ما يضيق عنه المقام, what this place does not require. So yeah, I mean, it's not the position to speak about all that. The place is narrow for that. ما يضيق عنه المقام, and this place will not be enough for that. I mean, we cannot speak about all that now because we are not interested. I mean, we are not speaking about it. What narrows the place? Okay.
ولا بد من تحديد الأهداف والأولويات، ويمكن أن تقسم الأهداف إلى 3 أقسام.
ولا بد من تحديد الأهداف. So you should set goals. تحديد means to set something, fix something. تحديد الهدف is the goal. تحديد الأهداف, it's important. لا بد من, it's important, very commonly used. لا بد من تحديد الأهداف. It's important that you set a goal. والأولويات. أولويات, the precursors. So you have to decide what will come first. Priorities. So priorities, you can say. أولوية is priorities. What will come first? ويمكن. So we should have proper goals. ويمكن أن تقسم الأهداف إلى 3 أقسام. And you can divide the goals also into 3 types, he says. Okay, let's see what 3 types of goals are there.
ويمكن أن تقسم الأهداف إلى 3 أقسام. أولا، الهدف الأكبر، وهو أهم هدف يسعى له الإنسان، ونجد ما عداه من الأهداف تخدم هذا الهدف.
He should have the first goal, الهدف الأكبر, the biggest goal. What is that? وهو أهم هدف, and it is the most important goal. يسعى له الإنسان, which a man should strive for. A human should strive for. That is the biggest goal. وَنَجِدُ, and we will find مَا عَدَاهُ, and whoever apart from it, إِلَّا عَدَا is apart from it, مِنَ الْأَهْدَافِ, and you will find apart from this big goal, الْأَهْدَاف, the goals, تَخْدُمُ هَذَا الْهَدَفِ, which will serve this big goal. So you have a big goal, then there's secondary goals. The secondary goals will serve this one. That means they'll help the bigger goal. There are other goals also, but you should have a biggest goal. تخدمه, you could say serves, or تخدمه, like khadim. No? It'll serve the bigger goal. It'll help the bigger goal. So what is the biggest goal?
وهو للإنسان المسلم تحقيق العبودية لله عز وجل والصلاة، وللماديين تحقيق أكبر قدر ممكن من اللذة والمصلحة والمتعة.
What is the biggest goal for a Muslim? Is تحقيق العبودية لله. This should be the ultimate goal of a Muslim. Obviously, تحقيق, realization of عبودية لله, servitude to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Ubudiyya, I should be a abd. وهو للإنسان المسلم تحقيق العبودية لله عز وجل. والصلاة and prayer. Prayer should be the biggest goal, obviously. I mean, in عبودية, it will come salah. And for maddiyin, for people who are maddi, for the people who are materialists, maddiyun is materialist. What is the biggest goal? Realization, تحقيق realization أكبر قدر. The biggest qadr, as much as possible. أكبر قدر, you could say, as much as possible. أكبر قدر يعني biggest portion. ممكن. ممكن is possible anyways. أكبر قدر ممكن, as much as possible. What they want, the biggest goal, من اللذة, from the ladha, enjoyment. So as much pleasure as possible. والمصلحة. Maslaha is also something like interest, societal interest. والمتع. Muta is also enjoyment. And enjoyment, pleasure, interest, and enjoyment. They should have good things in this world. That's the biggest goal. Muta, ladha is similar. Maslaha is something which is good. People should be good, righteous. Not righteous in the sense, but everybody should be at peace. Nobody should fight with each other. That's called maslaha. Public interest, maslaha.
ثانيا الأهداف الوسطى.
The second goal. So the first goal of a Muslim should be worshipping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and salah, of course.
وهي
Al-Ahdaf al-Wusta is the middle goal. It's not the biggest goal, it's the moderate second goal.
مجموعة من الأهداف تخدم الهدف الأكبر. مثالها للإنسان المسلم الدعوة إلى الله وطلب العلم وبر الوالدين إلى آخره.
And it is a goal from the goals which will serve the biggest goal. So subsidiary goals which will help in the primary goal. What is this? What are these goals for mithaluha lil insan muslim? What are these goals for the Muslim person? Ad-da'wa ila Allah, calling towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Talab al-ilm, seeking knowledge, wa birrul walidain, being good to parents, ila akhiri, etc. So all these goals should be secondary goals of a Muslim. The first should be worship and the means to worship through these things. Seeking, like learning Arabic. So this is a al-ahdaful wusta, because original goal is ibadah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This will help to that goal.
ثالثا الأهداف الصغيرة، وهي ما يمكن أن يعبر عنها بأنها مجموعة من الوسائل التي تخدم الأهداف الوسطى. مثالها طلب العلم هدف أوسط، وهناك مجموعة من الوسائل والطرق لتحقيقه.
So al-ahdaf al-saghira, the small goals, should be what serves the middle goal. And what is that? ما يمكن أن يعبر عنها, what can be said about it, بأنها مجموعة من الوسائل, are the means to the secondary goal. التي تخدم الأهداف الوسطى, which will serve the middle goal. These are the second, tertiary goals, like means, like learning Arabic, for example. How do you learn? Through internet or going some classes and all that. So this is one of the means. So this is a tertiary goal, like watching this video, right? The tertiary goal. And that goal will help you seek knowledge, and that seeking knowledge will help you worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. مثالها طلب العلم هدف الأوسط, like seeking knowledge is the middle goal. وهناك مجموعة من الوسائل, and there are various means, والطرق and paths for its realization, لتحقيقه, to make it true. تحقيق is to make something true. So those are the three goals a person should have for time management. For Muslim, it should be worshipping Allah, then seeking knowledge and all that, and means to that.
معايير خاطئة لتحديد أولويات العمل.
معايير, I don't know what معايير. Criteria. معيار, plural is معايير. Oh, okay. Criteria. معيار, معايير. Criteria. So faulty criteria for what? For standards also, you could say. Faulty لتحديد, for specifying work priorities. أولويات العمل, that means some for action priorities. So you have faulty some criteria, mustawas, miqyas, you could say standards. What are those? معايير, معيار, معايير. What are some faulty things you should not do? إذا كنت.
أولا إذا كنت تقدم العمل الذي تحبه على العمل الذي تكرهه.
So إذا كنت تقدم العمل, you are doing the action, or preferring the action الذي تحبه, which you love, على العمل الذي تكرهه, and on the amal which you hate. Now, this is faulty, because even if you don't like something, you should do it, right? Should do it. Like learning Arabic, watching this video. Who likes to sit and watch 1 hour, 2 hours, right? But you have to do it to learn Arabic. So you're preferring. So you'd rather spend time, doing something else, wasting time and all that. That you love. So you're preferring the things you love over things you dislike, or things which are difficult. So that is a faulty criteria.
ثانيا، إذا كنت تقدم العمل الذي تتقنه على الذي لا تتقنه.
Okay, the second type of actions are you're preferring. إذا كنت تقدم العمل, you're preferring an action which you are perfect in, تتقنه, which you have a good grasp of. Correct? You're preferring those types of jobs, but you're not preferring those type of jobs على الذي لا تتقنه, which you are not good at. But how will you become perfect if you don't do those things? So you should always keep challenging yourself and go into things which you are not good at. Because I've read somewhere, you should be, if you're not ready to be an embarrassed beginner, you can never become a graceful master. Something like that. So beginners are always embarrassed. They'll make mistakes. So embarrassment is the cost of entry. Like, you'll not know what to do. If you aren't willing to look like a foolish beginner, you'll never become a graceful master. If you do things which you are comfortable at, you'll stay in your comfort zone. But you should do things which you're not good at also, so that you improve. 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 1 month, 1 year, 2 years, you'll become good even in that. So this is the second faulty criteria.
ثالثا، إذا كنت تقدم العمل السهل على العمل الصعب.
If you prefer an easy work over a difficult one, على العمل الصعب, then it's a problem. You should always do both of them, easy as well as difficult. You should not prefer and just do the easy jobs.
رابعا، إذا كنت تقدم الأعمال ذات الوقت القصير على الأعمال ذات الوقت الطويل.
إذا كنت تقدم, if you prefer the actions which take less time over those which take a longer time. So short-term goals are easier to accomplish, so you do only those, but long-term goals you forget. So that is also not correct.
خامسا، إذا كنت تقدم الأعمال العاجلة على غير العاجلة وإن كانت مهمة.
If you're preferring إذا كنت تقدم الأعمال العاجلة, if you're preferring urgent works, عاجلة, urgent jobs, over على غير العاجلة, over jobs which are not important, وإن كانت, even if they are important, over jobs which are not urgent but are important, وإن كانت مهمة. So time management, there's this graph, something like time, urgent and important. Time management, urgent and important, there's a huge graph. Like they divide into 4 quadrants, it's called Eisenhower decision matrix. So this is matrix where, like, you have urgent, not urgent, and then important on the side, not important. So if something is important and urgent, you have to do it now. Obviously, it's urgent, right? You have to do it, and it's important. But something is not urgent, but it is important. In the long run, it is important. So you have to schedule, you have to decide. So do important, urgent, important, but not urgent. So you have to decide, okay, you have to schedule a time for it. Now, this is the matrix. Now, next thing is not important, which is not important and urgent. So you have to, it's not important. It's urgent also. If you can delegate, you should delegate. Then give it to someone else, or It's urgent, like something has come up and it's not that important. You can skip it or even if you don't do it, but it's urgent. So you can delegate. But if it is not important as well as not urgent, you have to delete it. Now, so this is the things you should understand, like urgent, just urgent, and then not urgent. If you just divide it like this, not urgent, and then if this quadrant will have important, and then not important, not important. Okay, let's put this here. So what do you have to do here? Urgent and important, do it. Then important and not urgent, you have to decide. And just put a time for it. And then urgent and not important. It's urgent, not important, delegate if you can. I mean, it's difficult to delegate, but yeah, do it sometime. It's urgent, you have to do it now, but it's not important. Delegate and then delete. Delete. Correct? This is called Eisenhower matrix. And other times also urgent, important. That's what it means, I believe, from this to explain. Okay, let's answer the questions. Yeah, we are done with this. So let's answer some questions quickly. بعد أن استمعت إلى النص أجب عن الأسئلة التالية. Answer the following questions. Let me open the answer sheet. I mean the PPT which I have for answers. We can answer. أجب بوضع علامة الصح والخطأ مما سمعت. Answer the following. True or false from what you heard. مشكلة الإنسان ليست في قصر الوقت وإنما في طريقة تنظيمه. And the problem of the human is not in the shortest time, but it is in the time management. This is true. صح. Because everybody has limited time, obviously. تحقيق العبودية لله من الأهداف الوسطى. Realization of the worship of Allah from the middle goals. So, خطأ, no. The biggest goal is that. So it's خطأ. الدعوة إلى الله من الأهداف الكبرى. دعوة إلى Allah is from the biggest goals. No, worshipping Allah is from the biggest goals. The biggest goal is worshipping Allah. Dawah is a means of worshipping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. علينا القيام بأعمال التي نحبها أولا. We should establish do the jobs which we love a lot. No. You should not do that. You should do balance of both. I mean, like, you'll get bored always. If you just do things which you love, you'll not grow. And if you do things which you only hate, you'll be exhausted. So you should do a balance. Like on the channel, I like to do many books, which I love. Correct? And there might be some books which I don't like, but people like these books. I don't like them that much. So, okay, just reading. But I have to do a balance of both so that we can run in the long run. Because if I don't like these books and I don't want to do them, then I won't go. There might be something which I learned from these books now. على الإنسان تأخذ الأعمال السهلة. And these are so long, no? You just have to keep reading, and it's a random topic. تأخذ الأعمال السهلة, on the human being that he should delay the easy jobs. No. Like some books are difficult for me. So if I delay them, I'll never learn because the Arabic is difficult. Like Yadayk, I started it, but the Arabic is so difficult in that. No? لا علاقة بين تحديد الأهداف وتنظيم الوقت. There's no relation between setting of goals and time management. This is also incorrect. التدريب الثاني. اختر الجواب المناسبة مما سمعت. You have to choose the correct answer. تتناول المقالة الموضوعة أصحاب الهمم العالية الوقت إدارة الوقت. The مقالة, the article has the topic of people of high aspirations about the time, or إدارة الوقت. It's about time management, no? إدارة الوقت or فن إدارة الوقت. It's Jim. In the answers they've given Alif, which is incorrect, I believe. It's Jim. يشكو أصحاب الهمم العالية. The people of high aspiration, they complain from ضيق الوقت, having not enough time. Not طول الوقت or عدم تنظيم الوقت. not able to manage time, they'll just be complaining, I don't have time, I don't have time. مشكلة الإنسان مع الوقت, the problem of the human with time is that قصر عمره, his shortness of his age, كثرة طموحاته, excessive desires, عدم التخطيط, not having planning. The actual problem is تخطيط. تخطيط is planning, إدارة. خط is planning. خطة is like a step, no? خطة خطة. طالب العلم من الأهداف الكبرى والوسطى صغرى الوسطى. Seeking knowledge is the middle goal. The actual goal is worshipping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. بر الوالدين من الأهداف. بر الوالدين is from the أهداف الوسطى again. Being good to the parents. موضوع هذه المقالة يهم أصحاب الطموحات عامة الناس جميعا. People of desires, I mean a lot of طموح doesn't mean bad desires also. People of with goal, ambitious people you could say. أصحاب الطموحات عامة الناس or الناس جميعا. This goal of this article is for people who have ambitions. I mean religious ambitions are also good, right? أهم أهداف الماديين, the materialist most important goal is seeking knowledge, العمل والنشاط, doing work and activity, or طلب المتعة, seeking enjoyment. They want enjoyment. مشكلة تنظيم الوقت مشكلة. The difficulty in managing time is a problem. قديمة حديثة, it's an old and new problem. I mean everybody suffers, so modern, ancient plus modern problems. Okay, مضيعات الوقت. Let's listen to the second audio of today. A lot of audios, no? 2 audios in every lesson.
الوحدة الثانية.
This is more longer, 4 minutes audios. Just one page anyways. So we'll try to do a little quicker.
الدرس العاشر.
فهم المسموع. القسم الثاني.
مضيعات الأوقات.
مضيع are the wasters of time. The things which waste the time. This is اسم الفاعل, no? مضيع. مضيع يضيع تضييع.
أولا اللقاءات والاجتماعات غير المفيدة سواء أكانت عائلية أو غيرها.
So اللقاءات, meetings, and لقاءات and اجتماعات is the same thing of meetings and meetings, but you can say meetings and how do you say لقاءات? You can use some other word. Meetings and encounters, meetings and encounters. غير المفيدة, not beneficial. سواء or سواء, it should be, I think, similar to or سواء, because not of this, I don't know. سواء كانت عائلية, maybe it could be family meetings. أو غيرها, or others. So wasteful meeting, you spend hours and hours speaking today. And today itself I had one. So
ثانيا الزيارات المفاجئة من الفارغين.
the second wastage of time is visits. الزيارات is visits, and مفاجأة, surprise visits. So surprise visits, من الفارغين, from those who are free people. So he's like, I mean, these people are free, so they'll disturb others by going to the house. Wasting your time. I mean, okay, once or twice is fine in a month or in 2 weeks or something. But they keep doing it every week or like that. And then spend a whole day.
ثالثا التردد في اتخاذ القرار.
ثالثا is التردد, hesitating on not having correct decisions. So التردد is you're not taking a decision. في اتخاذ is adopting. القرار is decision. Hesitation in making a decision, that will also waste time. Should I do it? Should I not? Should I do? Should I not? It will take a long time. So that will waste time.
رابعا الاتصالات الهاتفية غير المفيدة.
الاتصالات الهاتفية, phone calls. Phone calls which are not beneficial. اتصالات, communication, which are not beneficial. غير المفيدة. Telephone communications which are not beneficial.
خامسا القراءة غير المفيدة.
القراءة reading which is not beneficial. Reading online or something which are not beneficial at all. Time wasters.
سادسا بدء العمل بصورة ارتجالية دون تخطيط ولا تفكير.
So بدء العمل, beginning an action بصورة ارتجالية. And irtijaliya means something like improv, irtijal. Like our classes are not like that, no? I just begin without anything, without any duna takhtit, without any preparation, wala tafkir, not even thought. Right? So he wants us to plan for the classes, do it once or twice, teach once, and then don't be an improv class. But my classes are all improvisation class. Allah Musta'an.
سابعا الاهتمام بالمسائل الروتينية قليلة الأهمية.
الاهتمام, giving concern بالمسائل الروتينية. Routine is routine, like from English. So you are a lot concerned with routine, قليلة الأهمية, which do not have that much importance. Routine matters. المسائل الروتينية, routine matters, which do not have importance. So because you're just used to doing something every day, you're doing it. Although it's not that important to do it. Like I should get up and read the newspaper, for example. So it'll take a lot of time, 2 hours you're spending reading newspapers, reading random stuff. So that's just a routine you have, which does not have that much benefit.
ثامنا تراكم الأوراق وكثرتها وعدم ترتيبها.
Wasting of time is tarakum al-awraq. Tarakum is huge pile, accumulation of papers. So in the office, you have a lot of papers, right? وكثرتها وعدم ترتيبها, not putting it properly. The books and all that are like here and there.
تاسعا عدم القدرة على قول لا، أو ما يمكن أن نسميه بالمجاملة في إهدار الوقت لكل من هب ودب.
So Adam al-Qudrati, not having the ability of saying no. You cannot say la. If somebody says, please do this for me, you'll say, okay, fine. My father was like that. May Allah forgive him. He had to do it. أو ما يمكن, of what it is possible, and nusammiyahu, we can name it bil-mujamala. So what is mujamala? You could translate as flattery. Mujamala is flattery. You're just courteous. You just want to flatter people. Fi ihdar al-waqt, in the destruction of time. So you want to please them and wasting time. This is courtesies. Likulli man habba, for everyone. Man habba wa dabba. Everyone who is, I don't know how to translate that. Everyone. Habba wa dabba means everyone. So habba means to something which goes fast. So every person who goes fast or goes slow. Every person who goes fast and goes slow. So that's how ma habba, yani kullun ma huwa nashtun wa sari. Wa dabba is ma huwa bati. So like everyone, kullun nas. So that's how we say likulli man habba wa dabba. He meets everyone. Or your meetings are with everyone. Kullu man habba wa dabba. Liqa'uka likulli man habba wa dabba. You meet every person. He's cheap fellow or a costly, a rich fellow, or whoever, you're meeting with everyone. That's how you say. Allahu Alam.
عاشرا التسويف والتأجيل.
Tasweef is to say procrastination. You'll postpone tasweef. So far, I'll do it later. It's called tasweef. Tajil is also postponing. So these are time wasters, he says.
إلماحات مهمة. أولا
Ilmahat al-muhimma, important points. Ilmah. Hints also, you could say ilmahat. So he's giving some guidelines, important guidelines.
إدارة الوقت الناجحة لا تعني بالضرورة تخفيض الوقت اللازم لتنفيذ كل نشاط معين، بل تعني قضاء الكمية المناسبة منه لكل نشاط.
So إدارة الوقت الناجحة, successful time management, لا تعني, does not mean بالضرورة with the importance of تخفيض الوقت اللازم. تخفيض خفض is reduction of the وقت اللازم, important time. تخفيض الوقت اللازم, time reduction of which is important, required time. Like, okay, I'll take 2 hours to study. No, now I'll start studying for 1 hour. No, that does not mean that. لتنفيذ كل نشاط معين, to implement every active specific activity. Nashat is activity. So he says it doesn't mean that you reduce your time to do your activities. Whatever you want to do, you don't reduce it. What does it mean? بل تعني قضاء الكمية المناسبة. But what time management means is giving appropriate time. So give appropriate time for everything. Kamiya is quantity, munasiba appropriate. Qada'i, so the judgment should be done. You should give a ruling that this thing requires this much time. Learning Arabic, 1 hour every day, fine, do it that much. Minhu likulli nashat, for every activity. So it should not be like one activity you're spending so many hours and the other activity you're not doing anything. It should be a balance and appropriate time for each activity.
ثانيا، يستحيل أن تكون جميع الأعمال على درجة واحدة من الأهمية، وهذا يعني أنه لا بد من ترتيب الأولويات.
يستحيل, it is impossible أن تكون جميع الأعمال, it's impossible that all of the actions on على درجة واحدة من الأهمية, all are important in the same level. It's not like that. It's not like that everything is important. No, there's something is important, something's urgent, something not important, not urgent. So what do you have to do? You have to have priorities. وهذا يعني أنه لا بد من ترتيب الأولويات. أولويات is priorities, right? So it's important. لا بد, it's important. There's no escape from. You should have proper ترتيب, management of priorities.
ثالثا، عالج مضيعات الوقت بحلول جذرية لا وقتية.
عالج, treat the مضيعات. Treat the time wasters, مضيعات الوقت بحلول الجذرية, with a root canal. No, حلول is solution. جذرية means حلول الجذرية means root solution. How do you say? The solution should be radicals. That is, the solution should be from the root. La waqtiya, not temporary solutions. Waqtiya is temporary, just for size something. So you should not have temporary solutions, but permanent and from the root. Cut the problems from the root. جذرية.
رابعا، تحكم في الوقت المتاح، ولا تترك الوقت يتحكم فيك، وبادر بالأعمال وانتهز الفرص.
So he says تحكم, take the opportunity of تحكم is control. Control في الوقت المتاح, control in the available time. ولا تترك, and do not leave الوقت يتحكم فيك, which you have a control of. الوقت, ولا تترك الوقت يتحكم فيك, the time which controls you. Don't leave the time which controls you. So sometimes you think you have control of the time, sometimes you don't realize the time. I mean, it just goes by, from what I understand. وبادر بالعمل, go ahead. Badir is to go ahead, initiate with actions, وانتهز, and seek the opportunity. So whenever you get an opportunity, you have to do it. Now, sometimes time, you cannot control the time. You will have some responsibility, you have to do it. But go ahead and do it and seek opportunities. Whenever you can do it, you have to do it. Like making videos, whenever I get time, I do it. I don't have a plan as such now, but because I know for the long run, if I have a suffocating plan and suffocating schedule, it'll just suffocate me. Now, I'll do whatever is possible, inshallah ta'ala, and not suffocate myself, because all I'll burn out. Now, if you want to go for the long run, just chill out and relax. Inshallah, we will finish. We don't have a rush. We'll finish whenever it's possible.
خامسا، إنما تكمل العقول بترك الفضول في القول أو الفعل.
إنما تكمل كملا يكمل, to become complete. The intelligence, the brain will become complete when بترك الفضول, wasting frivolous things, ترك الفضول, in speech as well as in action. So wasteful things, if you leave them, you'll become complete.
سادسا ساعة وساعة.
ساعة وساعة, يعني one time for this, one time for that.
Yeah.
I mean, the recreation is also important. You cannot work 24 hours a day and learn Arabic 24 hours a day. هدوء بالهدوء.
ينبغي للإنسان أن يجعل جزءا من وقته للترويح عن نفسه، لأن القلب إذا كل عمي. وينبغي أن يكون الترويح بشيء مفيد كقراءة الأدب والشعر والتاريخ، أو الرياضة المفيدة للجسم كالسباحة.
ساعة وساعة. ينبغي للإنسان, it is mandatory for the human أن يجعل جزءا, a portion of his time, للترويح عن نفسه, for recreation himself. لأن القلب إذا كل عمي, because if you burden the heart, it becomes blind. كل يكل is to become tired or exhausted. If you exhaust the heart, it becomes blind. You cannot work anymore. وينبغي أن يكون الترويح, and the recreation should be بشيء مفيد. It should be beneficial things, like reading adab and literature, share, poetry, or history. So like if you read usul al-fiqh or technical subjects all the time, you'll become bored. It'll become very difficult. So you should have some time to read some things which are easy to read in, and you learn something, stories like that. Well, riyada, you should have some sports, beneficial sports, like for the body, like swimming. قال أبو الدرداء,
قال أبو الدرداء: إني لأستجم قلبي بالشيء من اللهو ليكون أقوى لي على الحق.
Abu Darda says, إني لأستجم. I don't know what istajamma means. I gather, but I'm not sure. Jamma, malan. Istajamma is to gather, collects one thoughts. Inni la astajimmu qalbi, indeed I gather my thoughts from something, from amusing yourself. Liyakuna, so that it can be more stronger for me on the truth. So boredom is also important. So sometimes you have to be bored. In today's world, becoming bored is so difficult. No, you'll have your phone all the time. Sometimes you should be without your phone. You should be sitting doing adhkar. You should be bored so that you can get new ideas, and you'll get take a break. Spend your time with children and all that. Then come back and study. You'll find more active. Sleep is what helps me. If I'm tired to do any book and all that, I'll just sleep in the night, and next day I'll have new energy, inshallah.
سابعا: وإذا كانت النفوس كبارا تعبت في مرادها الأجسام. فأصحاب الهمم العالية والمشاريع الطموحة يتعبون أجسامهم، ولا تكفيهم الأوقات المتاحة لتحقيق كل طموحاتهم.
وإذا كانت النفوس كبارا, if the selves are big, that means you have big goals, big ambitions. تعبت في مرادها الأجسام. The murads, to seek their goals, the bodies will become tired. Like if you want to seek knowledge, your bodies will become tired. فأصحاب الهمم العالية, so people of high aspirations, والمشاريع, and projects, the tamuha, desirous projects, you have mashari projects, you aim for this. يتعبون أجسامهم, they will tire their bodies out. ولا تكفيهم الأوقات المتاحة, and the available time is not enough for them for realizing كل طموحاتهم, for all their desires. Whatever time they get, they'll be like, I want more time to get my goals.
ثامنا: لكل وقت ما يملأه من العمل، بمعنى أن لكل وقت واجباته، فإذا فعلت في غير وقتها ضاعت.
لكل وقت ما يملأه من العمل, for every time there's some action you should do in it. بمعنى أن لكل وقت واجباته, that every time there's some wajibati, it's responsibilities. Like we say, a stitch in time saves 9. No? So when it's required to do something, you have to do it. Like in childhood, parents should focus on the children, and even the children themselves should focus on memorizing the Quran. Because if you become old and then you start memorizing, it'll be very difficult. Like I've started when I was 21 and still going on. I'm almost 30. I mean, I'm 30 now. I started, I was 21, 22. Very slowly I started. It's so many years, still it's not, you know, inshallah, I hope to do it till I reach 40 maybe. It's part time, whenever one page, two pages um, per week, or sometimes more than that or less than that, 4 pages per week. Uh, Memorizing is easy, but going back to it and reviewing is the most difficult part. Inshallah, we hope to review it all the time, inshallah. فَإِذَا فُعِلَتْ فِي غَيْرِ وَقْتِهَا, if it is done in apart from other time, ضاعت, it'll be wasted.
9. الوقت قطار عابر لا ينتظر أحدا، فإن لم تركبه فاتك.
So الوقت قطار عابر. Time is a train which is flowing, passing train. عابر. لا ينتظر, it does not wait for another. فإن لم تركب, if you don't ride the train, فاتك, you'll lose it. So if you don't use this time to learn Arabic and seek knowledge, it'll go when you'll be on the death's door. By the time you realize your life will be gone.
10. تذكر أن أهم قاعدة في إدارة الوقت هي الانضباط الذاتي النابع من إرادة جبارة عازمة على الحفاظ على وقتها، متخطية كل العقبات التي تعترض طريقها.
تذكر أن أهم قاعدة, the most important rule in time management is that هي الانضباط الذاتي. انضبط is to discipline. انضباط الذاتي, self discipline. النابع, how do you say نابع, self generated من إدارة جبارة, from a forced management. Jabbara means I should have great time management. عازمة على الحفاظ, which the time management is عازمة, determined. عزم, it should be determined. على الحفاظ على وقتها, to protect the time. متخطية, planned time. It should be وقتها متخطية, planned time. كل العقبات, عقبة is all the goals, you could say. عقبات, obstacles, sorry. All the obstacles التي تعترض طريقها, which are there on the path. Overcome all obstacles which are there on the path, which come out, which are thrown also, which are thrown on the way. So the most important goal is all self-regulated. Naba, which grows, a self-regulated goal, which comes from a good time management, determined time management on the protection of time, which is planned and which will overcome. Mutakhattiya, you could say, which will overcome. Mutakhatta is also skipping or overcoming. Kull al-aqabat, all the obstacles which are on the path. So it should be fully disciplined, it should be perfect. This has been taken with tasarruf min majallatil bayan. Tasarruf means adopted or adapted from magazine of Bayan magazine. And with this, let's answer the questions. We've read all this time wasters. True or false, التردد في اتخاذ القرارات يضيع الوقت. صحيح. This will waste time. Hesitation and adopting decisions. من مضيعات الوقت قراءة الكتب غير المفيدة. From the wastes of time is reading books which are not beneficial. صحيح. صح. موافقة الأصحاب مجاملة من مضيعات الوقت. Agreeing with the people and موافقة, agreeing all the time, saying yes man, and مجاملتهم, and flattering them, مجاملة من مضيعات الوقت. True. يمكن أن تكون جميع الأعمال على درجة واحدة من الأهمية. It is possible that all of the actions should be of the same importance. No. All actions can never be of same importance. No. القلب إذا تعب عمي. Yes, the heart, if it becomes blind, if it becomes tired, it becomes blind. تكمل العقول بترك الفضول. The actions should be complete, the aql should be, the intelligence should be completed or made perfect by leaving wasteful things, fudul, wasteful, frivolous things. التدريب الثاني: اختر الجواب المناسب مما سمعت. إدارة الوقت الناجحة تعني. What does successful time management means? تخفيض الوقت اللازم لتنفيذ كل نشاط معين. Reduction of time? No. It doesn't mean reduction. زيادة الوقت اللازم or increasing the time for doing the important things للازم تنفيذ كل نشاط. No, it does not mean increasing or reduction. It just means give appropriate time. قضاء الوقت المناسب منه لكل نشاط. Give appropriate time. No, whatever is required. If it requires more. If it requires less. No. Give مناسب time. كون جميع الأعمال على درجة واحدة من الأهمية. All of the actions can be of same importance. No. واجب. It's mandatory. جائز. It's allowed. Or مستحيل. It's impossible. Everything cannot be important. No. تعالج مضيعات الوقت بحلول. The solution should be وقتية, temporary, or جذرية, root solutions, permanent solution. وقتية أحيانا, sometimes temporary, sometimes root solution. No. Radical solution. No. معنى قوله ساعة وساعة. What does ساعة وساعة mean? Well, sometimes you should relax. اعمل ساعة وتح ساعة. Work sometimes, relax sometimes. 1 hour, relax 1 hour. No. اعمل ساعتين, work 2 hours. اجعل جزءا من وقتك للترفيه. Make a portion of your time for recreation. الصحابي الذي ورد اسمه في النص هو. The companion whose name it became in the text is Abu Darda. عدم القدرة على قول لا. Having the ability to say no يعني means متاوعة الأصحاب, مجاملة الأصحاب, flattering people, صعوبة النطق بها, not able to speak it. So, مجاملة means لا. قولي لا تعني you're flattering people, just agreeing. متاوعة is agreeing, following the people, but I think it's مجاملة. Mutawa is compliance. Complying with people is no problem, but just flattering for the sake of flattery. أهم قاعدة في إدارة الوقت. The most important rule in time management is إدارة الوقت. الانضباط الذاتي, self discipline. ترتيب العمل, الحفاظ على الوقت, protection of time. I think it's self discipline. You should have انضباط الذاتي, self regulation, self discipline. I think we've passed the time. Inshallah, we'll read Ta'bir al-Mutaqaddim. We'll read it, inshallah, in the next class because we have an extra Ta'bir. So the 3 types of text now. He's increasing the text. I mean, we didn't have in the last unit, Mutaqaddim, advanced text. And then we have Qawaid al-Lugha. So maybe we can start with Ta'bir al-Mutaqaddim next time, inshallah, and then do Qawaid al-Lugha. I hope to finish in one class. Then one class will be قراءة موسعة. إن شاء الله تعالى. جزاك الله خيرا. بارك الله فيكم. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك. أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله.